Alright, greetings and salutations everyone. It is December 30th. I know it's late, it's almost 3. I'm not going to be able to play for very long, just a couple of hours, but I wanted to get a little bit in before I had to take off. I have a feeling I'm coming down with something pretty hard and fast, actually. But I wanted to do a little something for everybody. Best I can do. Beef is on doing some Veil stuff. I'm not exactly sure what, but I think I'll try to join him with hopes that I don't have to talk a whole lot. That would be ideal, I think, but we'll do what we have to. Try to make an entertaining stream for everybody. I don't know what he's doing, but I said he was messing around looking for a little bit of experience to get to 20. We'll see what happens. Worst case scenario, I'll fiddle around by myself for a little bit, and then we'll wrap up. I said it won't be a very long stream today. I apologize. Everyone had a good week. Like I said, I visited my mother this weekend. It's my brothers. We did our as close to Christmas as we're gonna get Christmas. It's good to see everybody though. Nice. We're good enough to basically drop off dollars in Christmas gifts, which is pretty much what I was hoping for, to be really honest. I listed off a bunch of things that I was looking to get for the bus, and a lot of them was very expensive. I did not have a lot of hopes that we would be getting those for Christmas, but I was really hoping that we would just get, like I said, some gift cards or whatever to Amazon or Lowe's or whatever, and we did. We got quite a few things just like that, so gonna be able to put quite a bit of excitement into the bus, I think, in the next week. But right now I don't know. There's stuff I wanted to do, like last night before I went to bed. I had big plans for today. I wanted to work on things and blah blah blah, and yeah, I just want to cuddle under a blanket. There's Talab. Hey buddy. And I'm beginning to suspect that I'm getting worse. Although my throat doesn't hurt as bad. So, 6 of one, half a dozen of another, I guess. What I will say about the trip is I got the most sleep in the car riding at any particular moment. That is where the majority of my rest came from. At one point, I was just really uncomfortable. There's so many people, we kind of had to spread the various beds out and such, and the wife and I got a pull-out couch, but usually they keep like a foam pad on that couch, but they ended up taking that for the kids to sleep on in the other room. So it wasn't so bad to just lay flat on, but I couldn't turn, and my throat was clogging or filling up and whatnot. So I ended up eventually laying on the couch cushions on the floor. Now I was able to sleep for about 45 minutes like that. But yeah, the first day I had somewhere between a total of 1.5 to 2 hours of sleep, I think, the first day. And then I laid down to take a nap during one of the football games that everyone was watching. And I gotta lay down for sleep for about 25 minutes before someone came in and woke me up. It was pretty awesome. Alright, well, there's the beef. Give him a minute. Rhett got bit by the dog. That's funny. Alright, well, I think I'm going to go start Cold Chamber.
It's constructed from the ruins of an ancient giant temple. It dominates the entire vale and has turned into an important hub of commerce.
Hello.
There he is. I was about to tell you I'm going to go start Cold Chamber, I think. Only got about 1.5 hours to maybe 2 hours in me, so try to get a little bit of experience. I've got to go take care of Monday Night Magic tonight, and I do not feel like it.
How was your Christmas?
It was good. I didn't sleep, but other than that, it was quite good. Good to see everybody. I was just telling him I basically got about 1.5 hours to 2 hours of sleep the first night, and then I tried to take a nap. I got about half an hour, 45 minutes before they woke me up, and I didn't get back to sleep. And then the wife was like, "Can we just go home?" And I'm like, "If you want, like, you have to drive, because there's going to be a point where I'm going to be unable to anything." Because she had gotten at least a little bit of sleep. She's like, "Yeah, I get you. Like, I could probably get us to the interstate if you wanted to drive after that." She's like, "Yeah, that sounds good." And then she, like, talked herself into not doing that. What was that?
What state were you in?
We're in Watonga. We're just in Oklahoma. It wasn't that bad. It's like 5 hours one way.
Yeah.
But it's just, you have Wichita, and then the next thing that you have to hit is Enid, and it's, you're almost there at that point, so there's just nothing. So you have like 45 minutes to an hour to get to Wichita, and then you have another 3.5 hours of nothing, and then you have Enid. So it's just like long stretches of no, you know, like there's no place to stop or get up, walk around, anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
See, Talab says his night started being locked out of his in-laws' house in the rain for 20 minutes. Then he got bit by a dog. Then he stepped in a fire anthill when he was leaving and didn't notice till he started biting him when he got on the freeway.
And then LSU beat Oklahoma.
Yeah, my family was pretty upset about that. Apparently they got so upset that they turned it off in the middle of the game. I'm like, whatever, man. Yeah, that's what happened to Rhett. Yeah. I think I said that. Maybe I didn't. No, it's good though. It's good to see everybody who made it. Nobody was sick. Nobody clearly got everybody else sick. Said I got a little bit of something, but not sure if it's anything in particular or if it's just too much traveling gunk. Yeah, I had a problem with the black lock one of the times I had to do it recently. I killed the guy inside the wall or something. I don't know. I did something weird.
Are you stunned in knife fighting with hammers?
Yeah. I'm Thorbot. Come here, look at me. Don't look at him.
The faint sound of a
Bonus chest.
bird dropping at the
Oh,
feet
nice.
of Cedar Rock.
You and the wife got an Instapot for Christmas? Oh, nice. Well, now you can join the Instapot club. No, my mom got me and the wife, and all of the kids, basically,
Did you
air
pick up that
fryer.
guy's key?
I did.
Okay.
An air fryer.
I thought I already had one.
No, we had Instapot. I've been using the hell out of Instapot. I don't know if I'm going to be able to
Yeah.
have both the room and the power for both of those, but
I don't know if I'll see if I die.
okay.
This must be the other end of the portal. Close it quickly.
Nope.
Sever the link.
You'd probably be fine. You cooked 2 dinners this week and breakfast and yeah, exactly. It's,
Now I can concentrate
I feel like
Wait a
it is
minute.
very good for various things like that.
coming.
See, if I remember right, beef doesn't even bother, so I'm not going to bother. Just run through and piss everything off. Made oatmeal, huh? I know, I'm kind of looking forward to trying the air fryer. Everybody keeps telling me how they make their wings in it. Like, alright, I'll give it a shot. But we'll check its power consumption and see if it's something that I can work into the power system on the bus. If not, I'm just going to keep the Instapot. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I send it to you.
I got an 8-quart Dutch oven.
That sounds awesome, actually.
Yep.
Like a good, like one you can actually go bury in the backyard, or just a nice.
If I wanted to.
The heavily guarded cavern ascends upwards. Creatures must be
Bury or put on your grill or whatever.
Yep, or in the oven.
I love Dutch ovens like that. Nice ones. Oh, that was a reasonable amount of lag, I suppose. Thank you. I appreciate you having my best interest in mind, Talab. But no, after all the driving, I almost immediately felt my neck and back shift and was migraine central. But I don't know, felt like I was in a pretty good mood despite of the fact that it was pretty bad. I mean, not like the worst, but took a lot of CBD oil. I realized entirely too late that some loved ones apparently were offering me some special gummy bears, and it didn't even dawn on me.
Well, they keep going, I really think you should try these gummy bears.
No, they just sent me like a text message or whatever, and it didn't dawn on me until way late. It's like, no, I don't want your gummy bear or gummy bears.
I think you do.
Are you sure? Like, you look like you're in a little bit of pain. I'm like, yeah, but what's sugar gonna do? Like, it just didn't. I didn't figure it out. My brain was already off at that point, I guess, as the old saying goes, or whatever. Aggravated assault. Which one's that one?
That's the one where you beat somebody up.
We like attack twice or whatever. I feel like I know that card.
Oh, magic card.
Yeah, magic card.
Thought we were talking about crimes and misdemeanors.
I mean, not things that you can get impeached for anyway. I've been watching, it's an old YouTube channel, but you recognize this guy a lot from, like, Facebook or social media posts.
Is aggravated assault the enchantment?
It might be.
I think it is. The
It's
enchantment where you
something
pay 5, untap all your guys, and attack again.
Something like that, right?
It's either that or it's just sorcery with flashback. I don't remember which one.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh no, I have to look and see if I have it. It doesn't ring a bell though. But I've been watching this YouTube channel guy called Electric Boom. And he's like an electrician, but he's always hurting himself while doing projects. Because he's just like, makes dumb mistakes. And I actually started watching his actual YouTube videos, and while they are very informative, he's a real, I don't know how you want to put it. He likes to act like he knows what he's talking about, but when it comes to like the United States and stuff like that, but he doesn't seem to actually have any real facts or opinions that are useful. Like, he's like, everyone just has shotguns in America. It's like, no. Why would you even get a taser? You could have a shotgun instead. Like, he's just obsessed at the fact that we can have shotguns in America. And he's always, like, taking a dump on that. I just wonder if he gets any flack from YouTube on that account, or if he's actually playing to his base on there. Yeah, the electric boom guy. His videos are actually pretty good for the most part. It's just weird things here or there that kind of stand out.
Did you see that the Virginia governor has increased the budget for the police by 20% in anticipation of arresting people for violating new gun?
No, but I saw that like 90 some of their 107 counties have passed Second Amendment safe haven laws, which I think is pretty funny. And they have like 3 more counties that want to pass something. So basically it's just going to be illegal in the like 6 or 7 counties where there's major cities. All I know is that's a good way to start a civil war. So many people think that's a good idea when the people start knocking on their door wanting to search their house. You gotta come in and take a look around, make sure you ain't got no guns.
You guys think it's crazy? They're like, oh, we better increase the budget because all these people who are not criminals are suddenly criminals, so we need people to process it.
Yeah, that guy's gonna have a hard time getting reelected, I think.
I don't know. Over the last like 15 years, Virginia has switched from like majority red to majority blue.
Yeah, but even Democrats like their guns. It's like the #1 losing issue across the board. I don't know. I got another friend who, in light of the most recent church shooting, he's recently found his Christian faith, but he's very still anti-gun, which I can understand. But he's like, so for those of you who are fellow Christians, how can you blah 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 blah? And I'm just like, dude, not everything's simple. You know, it's like when you're protecting
very
your
little is
kids,
simple.
or yeah, like you're protecting your kids or or friends or family or whatever. He's like, shouldn't you just let them kill you if you love everybody so much? Like, what the? Where are you coming from with this? And just sometimes I don't. His train of thoughts. I get what he's trying to do, but I just don't take his bait anymore. I think it irritates him, which I think is more fun for me now. But we not only did we have that church incident, we had a synagogue incident. Like, it was crazy this week. We had some bombings. Like, the only thing that's gonna show up in the news or whatever will be the shooting in the church. So it lines up with the agenda. I know, it's really a weird place right now.
I really just think it's because we're overpopulated.
It's not that we have moved to a city-based economy, so people tend to move to the cities, and I think they're just so crammed together.
But yeah, it's a combination of there's, I don't know, 60% more people in the world than there were 100 years ago, and that the fact that news is instantaneous, and so you hear about stuff that you wouldn't even know about before almost instantly.
Yeah, you can anyway. I know a lot of people, they've gotten to the point
I
where
just
they
meant like in the 1930s, if somebody like killed 4 people, you would not even hear about it. Maybe a week later, you might hear about somebody, you know, on the train might mention it.
Yeah. Oh, good. I was like trying to get that guy killed.
That caster?
Yeah.
It's
You like passed my first saving throw and I was about to cast a firewall on it when you got it to die. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely true. I don't know if that means we're overpopulated. I mean, I just think that they're cramming an awful lot of people in a small space because that's where they choose to live. Where they could, especially now that we're more of a service and or intellectual based economy, I feel like we should be able to remote some of that stuff a lot better than we do today. People should be able to start returning to the more and more away from the cities and still be able to have a reasonable facsimile of what they're used to or whatever.
Yeah, people get used to the infrastructure though, like the cities plowing your roads fast. You get access to faster internet and water and indoor plumbing and all that. You know what I mean? Like the more rural you get, the more of that stuff you lose.
As I said, I think that's becoming faster. It's getting better, and as there's a need to solve that as a problem, it'll get even more better. I don't know. I'm really.
We won't get any information out of him now.
I think it's totally possible that a lot of this stuff will kind of work itself out quickly,
There are sure to be more answers.
or those kind of things anyway. Or people will better work on smaller systems. I'm gonna just head straight down. If you want to pick off casters or whatever, that's awesome. I don't know. I'm a crazy person though that wants to live in a little school bus, so what do I know?
These fiends aren't as dumb as they
Just
look.
try to be
They are
self-sufficient.
certainly leading us on a wild kobold chase.
Like those robots that were shoveling snow. Like, it seems like that's something that could easily be drone piloted by people anywhere, and then pretty soon we'll get packages delivered to houses off of drone pilots. The idea of trying to make all that stuff. The robot delivered is going to be incorrect. Hey Zelmond, welcome to the stream, buddy. We're not going to be on super long, but hopefully we'll have a little bit of fun while we're... There's a bonus chest in this room too.
I'm not coming down there.
Okay. Hope we'll have some fun while we're doing stuff.
The genie sounds puzzled. Another key. We seek answers, but I fear we are getting more and more questions.
It was interesting listening to my family talk about some of the things that were bothering them, though. You know, they were all heavily into the oil business in Oklahoma for a long time. Now they've kind of diversified out from that into other stuff. Kind of the things that they're latching onto is pretty interesting. Like I had a brother who was big into the oil industry stuff, and he decided he didn't like where he was living, even though his paycheck was amazing and his cost of living was nil. So he picked up and moved to Seattle, where it's all weird. There's about 2 hours of people discussing the union stuff and how people in the unions, they just their work ethics and stuff like that being different. And then another brother who left the oil industry and went to, now he's like a warehouse manager for Pepsi distribution, and listening to him talk about having hurdles trying to get Pepsi into the country from Mexico because he's on the border, and that's the closest plant, I guess, for him. Just all these different things that if you were around your family more often, you'd probably hear more regularly, but I only see them once or twice a year.
Let us see what is revealed behind this door.
Let us see what's behind this door.
A gelatinous cube. I can assure you there's absolutely no sense in asking it anything.
Can't remember if Arborian's one of the ones that... Whoa!
Great.
What happened?
It's nothing. A bunch of bats dropped down on me, and I got harried and fell all the way down into the tube.
Oh. Sorry, I boot that.
It's not your fault. I had like 9 bats spawn on me for no reason.
Huh, so weird. Wow. Very weird. This whole combat has been strange.
Can I just kill this?
Yeah, please.
The sound of a key drop is heard amongst the active remains of the cube.
That's weird. I've not had a
Gulf the guardian of this
situation where Borean passed all his saves like
gives
that.
us access to the source. It's an ambush.
Is everyone ready for the new year?
I guess I don't really have anything to prepare for.
Oh man, I've already started to see like the new year, new me type of things.
That's just a bunch of empty promises.
I don't know, man. Like, I told myself I was gonna get to the gym like on a regular schedule a couple of years ago, and we did for a long time till Remington headed off to college. Like, it didn't do much except for make it where instead of me being able to pick up like 400 pounds, I can pick up like 700 pounds or whatever it was.
It should have been a
Huh?
good stress reliever. It should have been a good stress relief.
I don't know. For me, what I actually enjoyed the most at the gym was that was when my bike was like in and out of the shop constantly. So being able to just sit down on a similar stationary bike as my actual bike and just like
Everything I've already ever read
just
says
ride.
that exercise is the best cure for depression.
Yeah, it's up there. I'll give you that. I think the best cure for depression personally is meaning, finding some sort of meaning in life, but exercise is certainly one of them. That'll help. But like, yeah, I just would go and ride the bike for hours, and then I'd lift a whole bunch, and then I'd ride for another half an hour, and I'd come home.
Just beyond this door, I sense the source of the fiendish
Alright,
creations.
you pop me with a couple of these DVs so I can get a blade barrier going.
This tightling is using the blood of devils with
She doesn't want to give me a
inhabitants
blade
of the
barrier.
Vale
Yeah,
of
fine.
Twilight.
Just firewall then.
These fiendish creations. Destroy him before I can anymore.
No, this year I'm going to try to... I always try to set my goals for New Year's resolution type things to be really reasonable.
Have helped me to
Like, I want to
cleanse
try...
For that, I owe you my eternal gratitude.
try a different diet for like a month and see if that helps me feel any better, you know? I try to set those goals very realistically. Hey Sin, what's up? We've only got about another hour or so. Which of these nightmare quests do you want to do next?
I don't care.
Have you ran with the devils? In the pale blue light. Yeah, I'm gonna go this way. I was going to try really hard to get back in the habit of reading at least one book a month again if I can. Or non-fiction educational book.
There's a release date for the new Dresden book now.
Yeah, Remington sent it to me. He's very excited. It's actually not that far off even. I like
Summer.
summer, I think. Yeah, I was going to say like January. Or not January, July.
Yeah.
The other J month.
Besides June.
Yeah, the other J month.
He is garbed in the robes of the 12.
When your birthday's in
September.
when your birthday's in July, that's there's only 2 in your brain.
Is that right? Because my birthday's in July and I don't feel that way.
Oh man, I only feel like there's 2. It's like January and July.
In September.
And
I just said that.
Yeah, September. I always forget that one.
Well, this is going well.
Wow. I was holding the fight pretty well until I thought. It's fine, I'll be there a second. There's always like an unfortunate start in one of these stupid quests.
What is this? Stygian Bellini.
I have a hard time bypassing a fortification or spell resistance. Alright, let me get you a heal. First lifers always struggling, or not first lifers, but like non-spell penetration having people always struggle trying to act like a spellcaster in this quest.
I hate this quest.
Yeah, it's fine. They're all fine. Guy's like perfectly located in behind everything. I don't know, I'm really excited to have certain programs back as well.
The Eladrin have repurposed
On television, you mean?
Yeah.
You said that and I immediately thought, like, I don't think Stamps is on, like, food stamps.
You'd be surprised, my friend. Us streamers, supplemented by you, the viewers, in more ways than one. No, I'm very excited for the new season of the Magicians in
The door
particular.
to the west has no visible way to open it. Search for a way to breach it.
Just rewatched a large chunk of it over the last month instead of doing stuff useful like reading. Hey, my spell went off in time. Look at me.
If I was smart, I would have got my Keenet's repulsion boots out of the bank.
That would have been wise. I didn't think about it because I'm not
smart.
level 18 yet.
Wow, he didn't turn into a whirlwind.
They've been doing a thing where I think it's a little messed up, and he's like tries, but he doesn't actually succeed. He just, like, the animation partly kicks in. Like, he'll just turn invisible, but he won't be unhurtable.
A violent whirling wind whips around the corner, heading straight towards you.
Yeah, you got your damage way up, didn't you?
No, my average damage is really low, but when I crit, it's for like 1,000.
Well, that raises your average damage.
I guess. But it's my non-crit damage is not good.
Sure.
Pulling the lever starts a chain reaction of grinding gears opening the door to the west.
Are you ready on that cleric? The answer
cleric?
is a yes. So I started playing that Rick and Morty game that they were advertising
Invading devils
a
clash,
little bit
D&D?
on the drive. No, Rick and Morty.
them to reach tomorrow.
Yeah, Rick and Morty D&D.
Oh, I didn't know they had a D&D one. I just
Yeah, they released a rule set in the beginning of December.
I have to look in that. No, this is it's a mobile app game, and it turns out it's basically Pokemon, but instead of catching Pokemon, you're catching Mortys. I actually found it to be quite a bit of fun as a break for the hour or two that I played it. But it is basically just a port and a reskin of a lot of the Pokemon S style game, I think. I'm gonna do a mass here in a second. Oh, never mind, she healed everybody. They have this thing though where you can invest some of your in-game currency, and then you'll get a you'll earn interest on it or whatever. My phone just like chirped that my investments have matured.
A skirmish between the devils and the labyrinth rages in the adjacent tunnel.
Oh, that's not good.
I ended up spending Christmas money on DDO.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got one of those Tensors boxes and 2 Heroic Auto boxes.
Oh, that's not bad. Take something up to... Well, you said you got 1 weapons box.
Yeah.
So you just made like a big dent in one.
I had one that was at 80,000 already, so I kept it out. 100,000 is a max experience you can have in a weapon.
Right.
So then I'll put the rest of them on this guy's when I start working on that.
That'll be good.
Yeah, I decided what I'm going to do with this guy. I'm going to get to 20, use my plus 20 harder wood so I can get a bard past life. Then TR as a wizard, get an 8, autos box up, and then TR again. Back to the cleric build that I want to play. Since both the bard and the the wizard past life add to the enchantment DC.
Right. Does that get you close to completionist also, or?
No, I have 2 ranger and a fighter past life. What? Oh, I thought you died. I thought your original hireling died. I was like, how did you die?
No, I just want to get some DBs here real fast. You can yank that lever when you're ready, though. If you're ready.
No, I'll wait on you. I have Ellery also if you want her DBs.
Oh, no, I can... I'll go back and try before too all your way. Danger. Not to be confused with a trap, but other danger. Danger, we're Robinson. I'm watching the second season of that with the wife in the evenings, and that's been real fun too.
Of the original?
No, of the new one.
The Netflix one?
Yeah, that's the Netflix one. They put out season 2 last week, I think.
My mom likes that. I'm like, meh. That is not my show.
I enjoy it a lot. But I'm a sucker for the lady who plays the mom. She got me real good when the in House of Cards. She was in there for a couple seasons, and I really liked her in that. Basically everything I've seen her in since I've enjoyed.
Moms that heal themselves are the worst.
Yeah, I try really hard to make it where they can't cast spells, but
I've had this Gaily down to like 5 hit points 3 times already.
it's tough. You gotta land that melee attack to turn off their spell casting.
I don't have that item anyway.
Oh, it's a ability for clerics.
There's a Sharn hat that does that, has Quelling Strike.
Oh yeah, I knew that. I'm gonna go Shrine.
Yeah, me as well also.
Yeah, I remember. It's like a brim hat or something, right?
Yeah, the Umber Brim. It's pretty good. It has Quelling Strike, it has Profane Well-Rounded 1. And something else. Accuracy, maybe.
I think I have an epic one on Butters. Just like as a holding spot. Oh, is that mass now? It is, okay. But no, I got a bunch of gift cards that I'm gonna put towards the bus. Obviously. And then for some reason they like still gave the wife presents, but they're all like, I don't want to say cheap presents because that's not fair, but they were all like presents that she would, I don't think are very likely to get used, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how you put it politely, because obviously the thought that counts. But if they could have just thrown like an extra $10 at those gift costs at the gift card, I think she would have been happier long term.
Skip an optional.
Yeah, I mean, we can do it. Why not? We're just on. I usually skip it on R1 just for time, but
The devils are filtering into the stronghold from this hallway. Find the source.
we'll go a little ways down this hallway and get them some blade barriers. I don't know, the thing that I was really hoping was going to happen didn't, so I was a little bit disappointed there. I knew it was a really long shot.
I was gonna say I don't know what that means, but okay.
So, when my brother first moved to Seattle, I had him check a couple of the like Facebook posts and shipyards for
A stove, right?
the stove, and he found it used for like a really good price, and he's like, "This thing?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's exactly the one I'm looking for." And then when I brought it up again later, he's like, "I don't even know what you're talking about." And then my mother texted me out of nowhere, like, "What stove are you talking about?" And I thought maybe they had worked together to buy that stove months ago, but they did not. They literally both forgot. Sometimes I'll say one thing to my family and then they'll latch onto that like years later. Like I was grilling at my house every weekend for years back when I lived out in the country. People would come over and we'd grill out or whatever. And I made a comment that my mother's husband had built himself a really nice grill, and I mentioned just like, oh man, it'd be really great to have something like this, but I need it to be like twice this size or even 3 times this size to grill the stuff I need to grill. Then he like brought me back this massive ass like 2 years later, like, well, I remember when you said that you wanted it, and it took me this long to, you know what I mean? It's just like, okay, well, I appreciate it. I didn't mean drop everything and make me one, but I do appreciate it. I didn't know if maybe it was a situation like that they had latched onto and
The magical barrier imprisoning Tolan has been dropped. Free him immediately.
decided to spoil me on. I also found out I talked to my mother about coming down and
Tolan transforms and attacks you.
bringing the bus to Oklahoma and working on them the week after Christmas, or not week after Christmas, week after Thanksgiving. And her husband Gary apparently was like, "Hell no, I don't want to work on the bus on my one day off." You know what I mean? And then I found out that he apparently came back from his Thanksgiving vacation to find out that his job was, services at his job were no longer required.
That sucks.
I'm like, well, you know that wouldn't happen if I would have come up here to visit with the bus. You would have had lots to do.
My dad keeps dropping hints. He's like, "Yeah, I'd really like one of those Chris Reeve pocket knives." Well, they're like 500 and up, and I'm just like, "Yeah, okay, keep one."
All right, well, I'll start saving now, and in 4 years, you'll have earned it. Just like give him a card, like this is 1/15 of like birthday, Christmas, or whatever. Here's 1/25. I'm putting that money aside for you one of these days. Be able to afford to get you that pocket knife that you want. Excuse me.
An ancient stronghold of the Aladdin is buried deep below you. Only those who are most
Alright, I have time for one more, I think. We can do Don't Kill the Spiders, or we can do whichever the other ones, I don't care.
That's fine.
Don't kill spiders. Oh no, they discontinued the stove that I want in the last 6 months. So now if I still want it, I have to find a used one.
Submerged beneath the lake surrounding
There's
Um,
probably new stock somewhere available still.
Well, that's just it. There was a whole bunch of them for a long time, and then like there was a, I don't know, like 40 of them on Amazon when I looked a couple of months ago, and now there's not any on Amazon even. I'm like, what the hell? I suspect that some company just bought them and then bought their stove, and they're gonna get rebranded as some other company's stove soon. But I cannot find it at all. Alright, here's one of these. Alright, shall we? So now I'm back on the fence of maybe putting in a little electric. Little electric, what is it called? Where it doesn't heat up the air, it heats up the pan directly.
Induction.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. An induction stove. Apparently the electricity requirements on them are not bad. So they just don't make a 12-volt version, so I'll have to have an inverter for it. Which means it's actually going to cost like 25% more than it should.
Some heavy digging has been recently performed here. There must be something of value within.
There's some big crits in there. Of course. Alright, it's in the rubble pile.
Above, over here.
Yeah, right up here.
All right.
The footing here is especially weak.
Should double check. I don't think I have anything that like insta kills. Except for like my weapons, so that's fine. Like no insta kill guard. You know, every once in a while, depending on my gear layout at the time for Samius, I can accidentally.
Yeah.
guard
My main
kill
guy has
bunch of
a
guys.
sleigh living guard item I wear most of the time.
Yeah, I've got a couple of different things like that. So I just got to check. Inevitably, what'll happen is I won't think about it, and I'll take a bunch of hits and 3 spiders will all die at once. I'm like, ah!
I found the book.
Sweet.
The Crimson
Is in the
Queen is
north
held captive
east.
inside
Okay.
this prison.
Pick it up whenever you're ready.
Oh, are you sure? You don't want to clear tunnels?
No, I don't care. Just pick it up.
Okay, pick it up in 3, 2, 1.
Freshly written words inform you that the
See
spiders
if
are
this
not
dude
the real
happens to be
threat
down
to you.
here.
Their lives must be preserved. The ogres that
Got him.
control them must be stopped.
Nice.
Oh. He's a can of whoop ass is what he is, huh?
My dad made like way too much candy for Christmas, and they were both starting to diet at the beginning of the year, and so they were like, "Here, take all this." So I got sent home with like 8 pounds of fudge.
Oh my gosh. It sounds both delicious and terrifying.
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it to work on Thursday when I go back.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Nothing is heard.
Like I said, I think I'm gonna try that going keto for at least the month of January. The first month, and see if I like it. Oh, this is not the right key. Alright,
It should be over here by me.
1, 2, 3, 4, right? Yeah. Yeah, it should be that one. So I'm gonna try to get all of my bad habits out of the way at once the next day and day or two, and then switch back.
There
in.
are some. I don't know if you have them by you, but there are some restaurants that have like pretty decent keto meal option. Like
Yeah.
there are like sandwich places that have lettuce wraps.
Yeah, we have a couple of those kind of things. I typically try to order those kind of things anyway, but yeah, my brother Derek, the one who went to Seattle, he did it for like a month and got a lot of weight off in general, and done a pretty good job of keeping it off. So
Spanky, the guy that owns the card shop up here, he went keto like 3 years ago. He probably lost 150 pounds.
yeah, I said I'm not as much worried about overall weight. I just would like to see if it helps with the headaches. I've always felt like when I was staying paleo, my headaches were better. But it'd be nice to drop a few pounds and feel a little better. But like, I don't know if you know the guy who owns Goblin Games, but he and his
No.
wife now, but fiance at the time, they both went keto for 6 months before the wedding. They both got in pretty nice shape. Played Pokemon and they ate keto.
They ate keto Kalen.
Yeah. But they got out there and walked around like they're supposed to with the Pokemon, and not just like rode around in cars.
Or get on one of those electric skateboards.
Yeah. Well, that's part of the reason I'd like to trim down, is for
Find the door that will be unlocked with this key.
be able to make some doors a little smaller in the bus and have a little bit bigger countertops, stuff like that. New Eberos is great. New Proofros is meh.
I haven't looked at the spoilers.
I haven't looked at today's spoilers either.
Perfos was extremely good last
I
time.
lied.
So
I lied. I saw the new mana artifact. It looks very good.
I've seen like 10 cards.
Yeah,
Most of them were commons.
I happened to see it today. It was it's like 4 mana for a mana rock. When you tap it, You pick a color, you get mana equal to the devotion to that color. That card seems very good.
Wait, it costs 4 and it has no activation costs?
I believe that is correct.
And it gives you mana equal to your devotion.
To a color that you pick, yeah.
You choose when it comes into play?
I think it's when you tap it.
That seems too good to be true.
It's very good. See if I can find it. I know somebody put it in my Facebook. Nyx Lotus enters the battlefield tap. That's its downside.
Okay.
Tap, choose a color, add amount of mana equal to your devotion to that color.
Remnant.
And it is a rare. I do not see a rare.
I just hit over 1 million Reaper XP on my main guy.
Main guy.
Yeah.
That's good. That puts you what, around near 40?
Not even. 32.
32. Couldn't remember how it was set up.
We did a whole bunch of like Reaper 7s and 8s over the last like 3 days. It's been really fun. Like Reaper 8 Sharn and Ravenloft and stuff.
You in the guild or you in...
Yeah.
That's usually one of the good things about like Christmas breaks and stuff like that is that we usually have more time for that kind of stuff, and people who don't usually feel comfortable have an opportunity to build up some confidence. And
We did a Reaper 8 Devil Assault, I think is what it's called. Not Devil Assault, Demon Assault. The one in Amrak. We had 4 Doom Reapers in there over the course of the quest. Which that's pretty terrifying. I don't know if you've messed with one of those yet.
One of the red ones? I don't think so.
Yeah. They're like a beefed up Fear Reaper, but when you get to like 4 stacks or whatever, it just instantly kills you. Yeah, we had one point where we had 3 Vengeance Reapers and 2 Carnage Reapers spawn out of one. The Vengeance Reapers have a buff. If you kill them, it buffs everyone else like around them. So it was like you killed one Vengeance Reaper and it buffed the other one. And we killed the second one and it buffed the third one. we all died. Right, we were next to the shrine though, but it was still pretty brutal.
Well, that's what those moments are for again, right? Like, that's the point. Sounds fun.
Yeah, it's fun though. I don't mind dying. It's not like hardcore where it matters.
Right. So I'm saying that's the fun back.
We had the hilarious part was like I was in a crappy Destiny because I was trying to level my Destiny. We had like a level 24 person with, and we were still able to do it. We had one person that was on his Fire Archer. He's like a pure wizard, Eldritch Knight, elf, but using the Eldritch Knight Fire Imbue and the Arcane Archer Fire Imbues to stack it all up. So like all the devils were like either resistant or immune to like 90% of his damage.
I say it sounded really good as long as he had a way to make him vulnerable, I guess. But
He uses the Inferno Sniper Bow to give fire vulnerability.
I don't know what I was thinking. Thinking that I needed healed after that, but. I know, I love like kind of oddball-y type builds like that though. Built on a sweet theme.
Well, maybe you'll like this archer building we're gonna work on. I should have a 115 plus paralyzing arrows DC at level.
Oh, that's what you were saying.
The crowd control archer.
That's gonna be that cleric, right?
Yeah, six monk, 14 cleric. It should be able to like heal also. Not maybe like the best, like a dedicated raid healer, but pretty. You gonna stand in the spikes?
Apparently I was trying really hard. Excuse me. Got that soreness in my back of my throat.
You must gain entrance to the prison cell and protect the Crimson Foot Queen from being exterminated.
Oh, that's sweet timing.
You still got him.
Yeah, but I had him at like one swing away from dying in regular damage. Alright. Blue is H. Orange is the gun. Red is what I call I. Double cross, whatever. That one.
Faust is defeated. The key falls to his feet.
Level 19.
Nice. Oh, and we did the spider chest. Alright, well I think with that I'm gonna end the stream. Try to get ready for this evening. I'll try to be back to I'll try to be back later tonight. That is my plan, to be on at the usual time tonight, but I'm not gonna make any promises right now. Feel like the balls. Alright everybody, thanks for hanging out. Beef, thanks for the XP. I appreciate you. And for those of you out there who are doing stuff, I'm not going to make any promises as to who I'm playing tonight. I said if I can get Beef to 20, then I'll probably prioritize that. If Beef is not around, or he's already 20 before I get there, I might work on Samius tonight. I don't know. It's going to be how I feel. New Year is same as the old year? Not necessarily. Also, apparently the chat stopped working. Kind of weird. Alright, I'm out. You guys have a wonderful afternoon. We'll see you guys hopefully in a couple hours. Toodles.